My knuckles were white around the knife's hilt. This creature was a monster, a beast, and someone had clearly wanted it dead. The wounds were too savage, too deep. This was not the work of a human hunter. This was the work of its own kind, and I wanted it dead too. It opened its eyes. A deep, molten gold. There was no hint of intelligence in them, only a feral, bestial rage that made me recoil in pure fear. A low, rumbling growl vibrated through the snow beneath my feet. Every instinct screamed at me to drive the blade into its heart. But I was weak, starving, frozen. My arms trembled, not just from the cold, but from a memory. Another injured form in the snow. Brandon. I had saved him then. I had been scolded for it. It was the first time I had ever performed the healing ritual alone. We all knew the ritual. We used it to heal our wounds, but it required many people so the life force toll wouldn't burden one's soul. But I was naive. He was handsome, and I thought he was my prince. I did the ritual alone. I suffered for it. A part of my life was drained, leaving me with a single, stark strand of white hair as a permanent reminder, and he had repaid me with betrayal. This time would be different. I would be the evil one. I stared at the wolf's blood staining the snow, then back at its fierce eyes. The old ritual required a dance, blood, and sacrifice. It would heal his wounds, but it would also bind him to something. That was the balance. My grandmother's voice echoed in my mind, as clear as the day she told me.
Use this to bind your will and curse whoever wronged you. But be warned, child. Only use it when death is the only choice left.
Death by the cold or death by this gamble? I chose to gamble. By my pain, by these thorns. Let your fate be from this hour born. Not by my life, but by this blood. Your fate shall be sealed. Bound will, bound mind. Your forever shall be mine. Die by my hands or heal what's been broken. This is the break of your curse. As the last word left my lips, the world shifted. A single blood-red rose sprouted from the patch of snow where his blood had fallen. I screamed as sharp, wicked thorns erupted from the skin of my own palm, weaving around the rose's stem, completing its terrible, beautiful shape. The rest of the blood on the snow lifted into the air, weaving itself into threads of crimson silk that stitched his grievous wounds back together. It was as if time itself rewound. In a moment, there was no red on the snow, just the giant wolf, the silent trees, and me, clutching the thorn-bound rose. I slumped to my knees, my consciousness teetering on the edge of a vast darkness. The beast stirred. The sound that emerged from its chest was different. Not a growl, but a deep, resonant groan of awakening. It slowly, powerfully, pushed itself onto its haunches. A mountain of shadow and muscle. Biting my lip hard enough to draw fresh blood, I used the pain to anchor myself. I crawled forward and snatched the rose from the ground. The beast looked down, first at the rose in my hand, then at me. There was no gratitude in his eyes, only a deep, genuine, and terrifying curiosity.
What did you do to me?